What's up, guys? In today's video I'm going to be doing something hopefully kind of fun and a little bit unique. I don't think I've seen anybody do this, but basically the LED interior lights on some of these Rams, the 2013s and up, the ones that are factory LED interior lights or dome lights, whatever you want to call them, they flicker. So mine are starting to flicker, and they kind of pick and choose when they want to work, and they're dim, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work. So I'm kind of tired of that. So what I do want to do is basically I'm going to remove that and hopefully upgrade them, and I'm going to show you the lights that I purchased from Amazon. So I have that package here, and I'm hoping this is going to be a good substitute for what's in there now. So let me show you what I got. So like I said, here's a package from Amazon. I haven't opened it yet, so let's open it up and see what they've sent us. So I can get this stupid thing open. Alright, there we go. Okay, so basically this is what I went ahead and did, and you can see, we'll kind of get a general idea of what's going on. So basically it's a little LED panel, and it has all these adapters for any type of bulb. So of course you can see that type of bulb, and the one we're going to be interested in is this one, so this harness. And these are the little panels that basically it's going to come with. So I'm going to go ahead and put this little LED panel in here, and it's going to be a lot bigger and brighter than the one that's in there, and it's going to connect to this little guy here. So this is the correct harness, and then plug into there, and then we can mount this inside that, but these are going to be 10 times brighter than what we got there. So let's go ahead and get that center console down, and then we can work on fitting these and situating those inside of there. Okay, so you're going to want to use something that's not going to damage or mark up any of your headliner, of course, but basically there's going to be a couple of these speed clips here, and that hooks in from the front. So we'll try to get something in the back here like so. Pop it down like that. Another one here. Pops down. And then there's a couple more over here. There's the other one. And the last one. Okay, so this is down. Now we gotta start unclipping the wires. And this is gonna be a bit of a chore, but basically we're gonna unclip these. And it's gonna start dropping down, and probably have to get a pick to start removing some of these ones as well. Okay, so this connector pries out like this. The latch is here. Okay, so the center console is obviously free now. This one's super easy, which plugs into this module here. This one, there's just latch here. This one here has the two kind of locks on the side, one here and one here. And basically you just have to kind of pry on each side, let that out. And then this one here, it's a little light that plugs in. There's a latch here if you want to try and get this latch off, but I just popped it out of here. There's a clip that holds the whole light in, so took that out. So now we have this free, so let's go ahead and take this inside and dissect it and show you what we're gonna do. Alright, so here is center console. So you're gonna see all these clips around the outside, these little black ones coming through the gray, and you're gonna notice there's a hinge portion or these tabs on the back, and these latches here that hold it primarily on the front. So we're gonna go ahead and remove all these latches so that we can separate the black portion from this gray portion, so we can get in here to these lights. And it's as simple as that. So there's the black portion, here's the gray, and this is where we want to get into. Okay, so how this works is basically you see these white buttons here. This is your switch to turn it on and off. And then you have this chrome piece on the front, and it's held in by 3 mushroomed tabs here. So you can see those there, and that's what's holding this all in place and the LED light behind it. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and just take a knife and basically just push off or cut off the mushroomed portion so that we can remove this chrome piece and get at the light behind it. So we have the one side removed, and you can basically see the chrome piece and the LED light attached to the back that slides into basically one of these T10 or 194 fittings. So you can see kind of that spade type thing that slides into there. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is there is a latch here. We're gonna remove this latch or push it back so that we can separate the LED from this chrome piece. Like this, and this should swing off of here. Okay, so now we have the LED, factory LED off of this chrome piece. And basically you can go ahead and we can put these chrome pieces back on, and we can put the new LED on the face of this, which is what I was gonna do. So let's go ahead and take this one off first, and then we'll situate all the LEDs of what we're gonna do here. Same thing on this one. Push the latch over, disconnect the LED, swing this off, and this is off. Next we're gonna do is take these little pigtails. These are the style that we want, and these things are kind of cheap, so just double check that the pins are lined up correctly, because some of them will be folded over and bent in a weird way, but make sure that the pins are gonna make contact with your contacts down here. And all we're gonna do is just simply slide this into place, like so, so that we have our connections for our two lights. And there's that side, and that's it. So now we're gonna go ahead and put these back in place, these chrome pieces, put these back in place, and put crazy glue, a dab of crazy glue, just to keep these back in place, so we can go ahead and start putting everything back together and mounting our LEDs. All right, this next step isn't necessary, but something that I just want to do just to make sure that my lights work and the polarity is all correct. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly plug the map light portion in, just so I have power here. Okay, so this is part of the reason why I wanted to double check, because I wanted to see these like kind of spade clip thing that holds the bulb in place. It's a little bit funny, and it's kind of has a weird connection on it. So you see if I wiggle this wire, basically this light, maybe it doesn't want to do it now, but basically it's cutting in and out when I wiggle it. So I had to take this out and basically just fiddle with these pins to make sure that they make full contact and they fully seat. So I flipped them around the other side and kind of just played with it a little bit. So, because I want to make sure that these are making full contact. So I flipped them around. They actually have a little recess in the one side. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a slight recess in the one side to kind of guide the pin. And if you flip it to the other side, the pin will actually sit out a little bit more so that it makes better contact and it's a little bit tighter. Okay, so yeah, really make sure that the wire is making contact with the metal contact on here, because the wire can have a tendency to flip over, and then it'll only work if you wiggle it or be intermittent. So you don't want that to happen, of course. So make sure that that's connected on there, and you can test them. You can hit the switch. So both of them work. So let's go ahead, take this back down, and we can go and start mounting everything and closing this up and finishing it. All right, so hopefully what I was trying to say is, you can see this basically gets pinched in there, and you want to make sure that the wire lead is touching this here when it gets pushed in, and it didn't slip around the side. Otherwise, like, you'll have that intermittent connection. So double check your work. You can wiggle it around while, like I was doing, while you're installing it or while you have it temporarily installed. Once you're 100% sure that you have made good contact on here, we can go ahead and reassemble. The next step, basically, I just have some crazy glue. Nothing too fancy here, but I'm gonna put these in place where they originally were, where the pegs were. And you're gonna push them down. They sit pretty firmly, to be honest, but I am just gonna put a dab of crazy glue on each one, just so it doesn't go anywhere. Not too excessive, but like I said, just a dab just to keep this from going anywhere. Same thing with the other side. Go ahead and push this down on each peg. And like I said, you probably don't even have to. It probably wouldn't go anywhere for the most part, but still, it's gonna go ahead and put our little dab of crazy glue on each one. Okay. So there's that. Go ahead and cap this off. So next I'm going to position these. They have 3M tape on the back, and the way that I want to situate them is, you can kind of see on this part here where you basically push on this. What happens is it hinges this way, and then it pushes this tab on that switch. So you don't want to sit there and put your lights right where the switch is. Of course you don't want to block it, but you don't want to put it on this end because you don't want the door or this button to hit your light and you're not going to be able to push it. So I'm going to situate them as far back as I can, because this side of the lens has more clearance than of course this side. So I'm going to try and cover this existing part here where the original light shined through. So these have 3M tape on the back. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to stick it right here so that it covers the original lens, but won't get in the way of the door or the switch. And same thing on this side, exact same spot. Okay, I actually decided to replace this one. Not that there was anything wrong with it, but when I was looking at it, I mean, they give you 10 of them and they're super cheaply made, but this one kind of looked a little bit drunk. They weren't all lined up, so I picked another one out of the bag of 10 of them that has the LEDs a little more straight, because this one was all crazy looking. So there we go. I think that looks clean. So these wires are going to tuck behind and underneath. I'm going to leave them over here just in case I need to access anything. So I'm going to try to leave these in the middle in case I have to get anything from the back side for whatever reason. Hopefully that's not the case, but just in case, these will be here so I can get to them. So now we can go ahead, and what you want to do is, because you probably, like me, you've been putting your fingerprints all on this, let's wipe this all down and then we can go ahead and install our door. But basically it's going to look like this all said and done, which is pretty clean. So I'm just doing this so that my fingerprints or your fingerprints or anybody's fingerprints aren't trapped inside here once we put this back together. Same thing goes for here. Clean my lens on the inside. Okay, so everything's clean, and we're good to install it. So same as before, you're gonna hinge this here, and then basically all your snap clips, and you're gonna have the 2 latches at the end. It's all gonna snap together. Very simple. And then you can double check your work that everything still clicks, so you're all set. You have clearance, so we can go ahead and put this back in the truck now. Okay, this should be the easiest part, but again, I want to double check my work before I push this up, so we'll plug in just the map lights. And of course, bright as hell in here. So we're good there. We can go ahead and plug in everything else. So the smart thing, of course, would be to turn on your truck and then double check everything. So I'm making sure my rear sliding window works. Make sure that all your home link buttons work. So you push all the buttons, of course, make sure that works. And then these 2 lights work now. So we can go ahead and put this back in. So you're gonna hook the front portion of it. Making sure that you get your headliner situated correctly. And then go ahead and get these clips in the back. Push everything up, and that's it. And now we have some crazy bright ass dome lights. That's awesome. So I'm sure you guys can probably tell it's friggin' bright as hell in here, so I think that was a success. And switch function looks good. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's see if I can do it without blinding the crap out of you guys. So everything looks good from up here. And yeah, they're super freaking bright now. No flickering, no nonsense, but I think you guys can see that it's pretty much like extremely bright in here. Okay. Alright, it's nighttime, of course, and look at how friggin' bright this is. So these things are ridiculous. I think the next step's gonna have to be upgrading that back one, because that back one looks pathetic now. But these things are incredible. You can see clear as day in here now, so definitely an improvement. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that video. I'm extremely happy with the outcome and how that turned out. As far as the light output now, you can actually see it's bright as day in there now. So turned out really good. I'm happy with it, and it was really cheap to do. So other than some crazy glue and getting that kit, which came with 6 of those LED pieces in it. So I only, of course, used up 2, so I still have 4 left that I can play with. And I probably will try some other stuff too, but I will put a link in the description below on that, so you guys can pick it up off Amazon. And like I said, I think there's like a coupon code on it too, so I clicked on the coupon and it might have been like $7 or something crazy. So check that out if you guys are interested in doing that. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be sure to answer them in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up for me and subscribe, because we're going to be doing a lot more stuff. And at the same time, I'm probably going to see if I can use those extra panels, those light panels, and maybe do the light in the back, because after doing the front ones, that one in the back for the back seat, that dome light is just pathetic now. So see if we can get that switched out, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.